Sligo manager Niall Carew gives 4 players their first championship starts. Daniel May and Owen Flanagan make up the left side of their defence. Cian Breheny is new to this level at midfield, as is right half forward Christopher Davey. There's one late switch on the Roscommon team. Conor Daly is ruled out through illness. His place in the half-forward line goes to Donal Ward, who's recovered from injury. Ronan Stack is the other new face in the team, following their win in London. Four new faces in the Sligo Championship team. That's Niall Murphy. Midfield an area of concern for Sligo. Plenty of experience in the forward line. Pat Hughes involved in quick hands as Cian Breheny gets his shot away, and Breheny punches the air in delight. Adrian Marin, all the experience he brings to bear. They got a good system of play working towards the end of the league campaign. That's such a bad start. Here's Pat Hughes, and Roscommon defenders can't get near him, and Hughes has hit the woodwork and a chance of a goal, and David Kelly's shot saved by Darren O'Malley. Well, David Kelly expecting the best in that situation, and he was the first to react. Kieran Murtagh. Roscommon owning possession here. Sligo, it's Niall Daly. Sligo with defenders back in position, and Daly weaving one way and then the other, and popping up free is Enda Smith. Smith turns back into his left side, and Enda Smith with a lovely score. That was on his left boot, off the outside of the right, and that should settle Roscommon into this. Niall Murphy. Keelan Cawley. Cian Breheny scored Sligo's first point. He's being sending that in long. Brilliant catch from David Kelly. Sean McDermott in trouble. It's back out to Pat Hughes, juggling with it again. Hughes has got space, advantage been played, and over it goes. And Sligo lead by 3 points to 1. And Smith couldn't get to that. The ball still in play. Smith gets it after a while. Ian Kilbride, and now there's open road in front of Cathal Craig. The defenders coming to try and close him down. Craig spinning one way, then the other, and a fabulous finish from Cathal Craig. And that is more like it from Roscommon. Roscommon making life hard for themselves, though. Sligo attacking with Adrian Marin, and Marin going for glory. This would be a stunner, and it is a stunning point from Adrian Marin. The point of the match so far. He's kicked 2 from frees, and Sligo enjoying this. The underdogs relishing with that tag for sure. And that is the point of the match so far from Adrian Marin. 5-2 after 22 minutes. Here's Sean McDermott carrying it a long way and finding free players. Neil Collins involved. Then Ronan Stack, and Neil Collins is in again. This is good work from Neil Collins. Options popping up all over the place, and it's another effort for Kieran Cafferty. Breheny taking this effort on, and he's come off, and it's come off the upright, and here's a chance for Neil Ewing, and he's dragged down by Kieran Cafferty, and Sligo have a penalty. His expression, his face says it all. This was the effort from Mark Breheny. They've hit the post for the second time in the game, almost scored a goal from the first effort from David Kelly, and Kieran Cafferty caught Neil Ewing. Here's Adrian Marin with the penalty in the 32nd minute at Markovich Park. Darren O'Malley in goal. Adrian Marin, it's in the back of the net. And Sligo make their move, 1-6 to 5 points. The favourites are in trouble as we head towards half-time. That's a nice ball for Ian Kilbride. Here come Roscommon. Goal chance and a brilliant stop. It's gone over for a point. Ross Donovan. Here's Adrian Marin. It's come through to him from Brehony's pass, and Adrian Marin is on fire for Sligo. Donny Smith. That's a very good ball. Now it's Enda Smith. Enda Smith is in. Goal chance! Saved! And it's kept out remarkably. Keenan Cawley has stopped that one from going into the back of his own net. Roscommon should have been in. This is Enda Smith. He knows they need a goal to bring their challenge really to life. Keane Connolly couldn't send it into the empty net. Roscommon have it. Cathal Craig. Off he goes. Away from Brendan Egan. There's a gap, a big gap, and Cathal Craig is bursting right through it, and Craig doing it all himself. Point for Roscommon. Well, Sligo managed to get the ball back. Keane Brehony driving it up towards Adrian Marin. David Kelly is there, and Pat Hughes. David Kelly turns back in. David Kelly! It opened up for a goal for him, didn't it? That's a lovely ball up towards Enda Smith. Manages to get it outside to the free man, Niall Daly. 4 between them again. Neil Collins. Not very little space down the middle. Enda Smith gets his shot away, and that has gone over. There's just a goal between them. And here comes Sligo with Adrian Marin, desperate for a score. And Adrian Marin has had an astonishing evening in Markovich Park. Owen Flanagan, Brendan Egan, the centre half back. Close to him is the captain, Mark Brehony. Now it's David Kelly, looking to put 2 scores between them again, looking for a 4-point margin, and they've got it again. Mark Brehony, the captain, all his years of experience coming to bear right there. And the winning line is in sight for Sligo, the last team to play a championship match in 2015, and what an entrance they've made. Here comes Mark Brehony. There'll be 3 minutes to be added on. Brehony with another score, and that surely is the insurance now. That's a foul by Keelan Cawley, and a tug of the shorts as well of Colin Compton. Donny Smith. He had the chance, he was denied by Devaney. That brilliant save early in the second half as Roscommon started very brightly. Here's Cathal Craig, and his effort has gone over. It's too little too late though. Niall Murphy, that's come off the outside of his right boot. It's not going to be a problem. There's the whistle, it's over. What a remarkable night for Sligo football. The Division 3 side have beaten the team on the up who made waves over the last 18 months. They made waves during the league campaign. They'll be in Division 1 in 2016, but in 2015 it's Sligo who will be in the Connacht final. They're guaranteed a place at least in the last 12. A bad night for Roscommon, but a great night for Sligo football. They have beaten Roscommon on a scoreline of 114 to 13 points.
We were lethargic, and we allowed, I think we had a couple of good chances, and we just didn't come off. But again, Sligo got into the game, and they got hungry and they got confident. And when you have a hungry team that gains a bit of confidence and sees they chase down a team that they say, hey, these boys haven't with it here today, you know, for some reason or another, and I can't put my finger on it. They sensed it and they went for it, and it was successful for them.
Yeah, look, it was a good performance by us. You know, I felt that we defended quite well, and more importantly, we got our scores, and we got 113. Probably would have thought we'd 1 or 2 other chances, goal chances that we probably need to take the next day. But no, look, Roscommon were in great form coming into this game, and we needed to perform, and that's what we did. So I was pleased with that win.
Yeah, and here's confirmation of the Connacht final draw. It's Mayo against Sligo. That's one to look forward to. Let's get your reflections. You really enjoyed the game, Pat.
I did. I mean, first of all, it was the first big shock of the provincial championship. no fluke. Sligo deserved their victory. They were sharper, hungrier, better organised. They had a good game plan, particularly a good attacking game plan. It was a really enjoyable game, great atmosphere, wonderful ground, lovely scenery, the whole shebang. Very disappointed with Roscommon. I thought in the last couple of weeks, maybe perhaps John Evans will regret it, but he was talking up Roscommon about All Irelands and whatever, and I thought that was ammunition for the Sligo. I mean, Sligo were hungrier and sharper and wanted it more. On the other hand, I was very disappointed with Roscommon because they were lethargic, they were second to every ball. And particularly what I was disappointed about, it's something I always talk about, Brian Cody's, Henry Shefflin saying why Brian Cody was so successful. It was about getting the fundamentals right. And I was very disappointed with Roscommon's basic skill execution last night. The hand passing, the kick passing that went astray. They had 12 turnovers. They kicked 11 wides, some atrocious wides. And I'm not too sure, I mean, they are a skillful bunch. We know they're a skillful bunch of players. They're now playing in Division 1 football. But I'm just wondering, is it as much mental? I think they went into last night's game not fully focused, believing that it was only a matter of turning up. And when you're not fully focused, skill execution breaks down. And then suddenly, when the game is suddenly a tough game and you're not getting as easy, composure goes. And it was a very, very disappointing performance from Roscommon. But credit to Sligo and credit to Niall Carew, it was a brilliant performance and a really enjoyable match.
Good. Well, I mean, let's give Sligo the credit. And you were really impressed, given they didn't dominate midfield either when we were looking at the match stats.
Yeah, wouldn't you argue that to win a big championship match, you'd have to do very decent here. But Roscommon actually won this. Colshine and Ian Kilbride for sure won it, even though the numbers don't say that. The possession's about even, Stephen, 50-50. The individual possessions will tell you a little bit. Niall Murphy's right up there at 28, so he's one of the midfielders on the opposition. Very decent with Cian Brenny, debutant, 2 points. So you can see where they were getting the ball and the scores. But the kickouts were very interesting. Now, Roscommon hammered them in the first half, but then Colshine got black carded, and that swung dramatically at the end, the last 10-15 minutes, when Roscommon would have liked to put in a burst. But it has to be said, and I want to put it straight out there, Pat's already mentioned it, from start to finish, Sligo vastly superior in attitude, nice bit of edge about them as well set up, very decent game plan, really knew what they were about.
Well, when you talk about the decent game plan, tell us what exactly you mean by that.
Well, we talk about this every week, the game plan, a plan B, and so on, and people might think it's a little bit foggy, but managers will think about this during the week. Like, for instance, Neil Collins had a great league in the full back line. He was going to be probably picking up David Kelly, Adrian Martin. So what did they do? They bring him out the field, because that's going to bring Collins away from the full back line. And he kind of quarterbacks the first 20 minutes, long ball now, into a two-man full forward line, Kelly and Pat Hughes. And that's going to cause a little bit of anxiety for what is up to now a very decent Roscommon full back line. In fact, they really obliterate that line if you look at it. The scoring returns for Sligo, 110 out of 114 came off that full forward line. You can see Martin is making himself available. Neil Collins really can't get up tight to him because he's a cornerback. He likes to be at home around the house and minding things. And David Kelly is getting more room. And this is exactly what a manager is going to do. And then you go in at half-time and you say, OK, we have to stop Martin. We have to switch it up now a bit. Then you come out in the second half, he's not quarterbacking anymore. Now he's gone back inside where they have a nice lead and they want his accuracy and marksmanship nice and near the goal, because they have that little lead and they want to pad it out a bit. And now Collins is back in. So they spent maybe 5-6 minutes of their half-time figuring out how they're going to get a guy out there. And then Carew has switched
what I like about Sligo and what I like about Niall Carew is too many managers and coaches at Gaelic football at both intercounty and club level. It's the herd mentality. So it's all blanket defences, you get bodies back. And no one gives enough thought to an offensive plan, to an attacking plan. We saw that with Fermanagh today, they had no attacking plan. But one thing I'd say about Niall Carew, he amazed me. He had an attacking plan where at all times there was 2 on the inside line, 2 on the outside line. They were beautiful first-time ball, great use of diagonal ball. They showed well in the full forward line. And it's no fluke that they were the highest scorers, 7 goals and 102 points. They were the highest scorers in the league and ended up with 17 points last night. So, there's a lesson there for all teams. Yes, you got to get the defences in right, but you got to have an attacking plan. And last night,
but they were solid, Pat, defensively.
Very solid. But
Kevin
last night,
I should say, Kevin McDonald, fullback, I was hugely impressed with him. I didn't know a whole lot about him. A nice Sigerson player, really played well. Brendan Egan also at 6.
They had a plan B last night
solid,
to attack.
yeah,
That's the key.
Now, Roscommon, there were a couple of debatable decisions. Can you talk us through them, Pat?
Well, first of all, I mean, the first question mark was over the penalty. And was it a penalty or not? First of all, we're looking at it.
Well, is this not the? This is the free.
Sorry,
actually. This
sorry.
is the free,
We're showing the point first of all.
Yeah.
This was by Diarmuid Murta in the first half. Kicked it what we thought was over the bar. Let's watch it closely. Is it over the bar or not?
Well, clearly it is.
Clearly, it is over the bar. The umpire signals it as a point. Cormac Riley, the linesman, comes in and says, no, it's wide, and it's disallowed. And then it comes to the penalty.
Yeah, well, Mark Brennan puts it, I think a very good shot, but I think Neil Collins is fouled here by Neil Ewing. That's the first decision. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was, because we're going to look at his left hand when he stops Collins from jumping, just there.
Yeah.
So that's a foul for sure. He's gaining advantage by holding Collins down. Unfortunately, Maurice Deegan is on the blind side. He doesn't see it. The next question we have to ask, was he fouled? Yeah, Kieran Cafferty does foul him, which was a pity because Cafferty got 2 splendid points from it. So the ups and downs of the championship.
And a brilliant penalty.
And a brilliant penalty. Goalie's off his line, of course, but Adrian Marin just picks his spot. Look, they're the metre-by-metre boxes that you just want to put the ball into, and he put it into it. Brilliant finish. In a season, just to finish it, Pat, in a season where we make that 6 out of 10 conversions from the 11-metre line. Not brilliant. You know, I think the goalies are cheating a little bit, but that was class.
We're not in any way taking away from Sligo's victory, easily deserving, but we are highlighting there 2 errors by the referee. One, in not awarding the penalty when it should have been a free out, and the second in disallowing Diarmuid Murta's pint
That's
at free.
1-1, you know?
That's 1-1. That was the margin that separated the 2 teams. So, you know, little...
But hard to spot, in fairness.
Absolutely.
And to reiterate, without labouring it, no way.
No.
Sligo were still 5, 6, 7 points a better team.
So
we're happy
well
tonight.
done, Sligo.